expecting this to be a 50-50 relationship. You're not going to be in the right frame of mind. Because sometimes it's going to be 60-40, sometimes it's going to be 80-20, sometimes it's going to be you're at the 80 and sometimes you're at the 80. And if you're lucky, it averages out. But you have to be there. You have to be present. Take care.
Thank you.
You can be seated. Hi. Okay.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Tissue bag.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay. Welcome. We are gathered here today to celebrate and witness the joining of Jackie Ebel and Nicholas Young in marriage. As they promise to love, trust in that love, honor one another as individuals, and anticipate with joy spending the rest of their lives together, they are surrounded by you, their friends and family. Thank you for gathering here to witness their marriage and to share the joy of this special occasion. Nick and Jackie, today, as you two are joined in marriage, there is a vast and unknown future stretching out in front of you. The possibilities and potentials of your married life are great. We join with you in hoping you make real your dreams, that you are reborn each day and you can share your loves and dreams, wants and desires, and together are enriched by each other. Through your commitment to each other, may you grow and nurture a love that makes both of you better people, that provides you with the energy and patience to face the responsibilities of life. There was a time when your lives were two separate paths. Gradually they were joined, and you grew closer together, albeit it was from Wabash and DePaul. Polar opposite paths, I might add. And I'm going to probably say that those are going to be some interesting bell games. That aside, today you proclaim to this community your choice to stay on the same path together. It's a deep honor for me to be able to speak today at your marriage. However, I have been instructed to keep this brief, not to cause any harm to the audience. So that being said, we'll keep this lecture maybe to about an hour. And those who know me, there might be a quiz at some point. So just go ahead and keep that down. Well, today is a day filled with excitement and celebration, and maybe a little bit of logistical anxiety, if we're being honest with ourselves. The solemnity of this occasion cannot go without recognition. While most of us would hardly remember anything said today with the emotions that are flying about, I'm going to provide you with a few remarks that I hope that you'll take to heart. I think it is important to reflect on the remarkable institution that is marriage, the combination of two separate paths into one. I've spent the last few months thinking about this. While marriage is commonplace in the human record, there is a unique charge that comes with it. So, I'll proceed. We live in a time of extraordinary division, downright malice at times. We have had a lot of conversations on the current state of affairs. The extent to which communities have been divided by charged ideas and identities threatens the existence of civil and social life. There is palpable contempt felt for many of the foundational institutions that permits the function of civil society and communities to erode. And even more troubling, there is a lack of trust and goodwill and faith amongst neighbors, and even family members. The issues are complicated. We have never navigated these waters before. It's a bit troubling to think about these things at marriage, but there's a couple ideas that come to mind, and they might be a little nerdy. Recently, the bones of a primal human, actually of the Homo ergaster species, which predates us as Homo erectus, and actually was a female, was found in Kenya. These bones date to about 1.6 million years ago, far beyond any semblance of modern society. Now, chemical analysis have shown that there's an overaccumulation of vitamin A in this young woman's bones. However, she lived much longer than was expected for the levels of bioaccumulation in her bones. One hypothesis is that she must have been given food and water and protected from predators to live long enough for the disease to leave a record in her bones. Such evidence becomes even more notable 500,000 years or so later at Cima de los Huesos, or the Pit of Bones, a site in Spain which was occupied by Neanderthal ancestors. 3 of the 28 individuals found in one pit had a severe form of some pathology. There was a girl with a deformed head, a man who was deaf, an elderly man with a damaged pelvis. But they all lived long periods despite these conditions. At the time, there was a Neanderthal that was found stabbed. Researchers discovered another skeleton who was blind in one eye with a withered arm and a leg, as well as one that showed that they had hearing loss. It must have been extremely impossible for these individuals to hunt, gather, forage for food, or even just survive, but yet they lived relatively long lives. 15 to 20 years, in fact. And this was puzzling for anthropologists for a long period of time, but the reason for their survival and long life is really quite simple. Another early human must have cared for these individuals. Someone at that time loved and cared for them in their most vulnerable states, no matter what had happened to them. They provided food, water, protection, and care from predators. And these are examples that show from an early point that in the human story, we possess an innate need to care and love for each other, that our survival is dependent upon finding my person, our people, our community. To love a person to literally the end of their days is recorded in our bones. And that's something I think you guys should think about and can't hold on to. I can say comfortably there is no better example than you two. One could say I've been able to make a few observations over the years. I've known Nick and Jackie since the very inception of their relationship. I remember when Nick came back to my dorm room one day and actually was going on and on and on and on, and I was trying to sleep about it, actually. I had an orgo exam the next day. But I listened. I could probably guess that from what he told me that day that the position that we find ourselves in today was quite plausible. I've been able to see your relationship grow, and over the years, the commitment they have had with each other and to their mutual success has been resounding. Jackie has traveled back and forth while Nick finished his master's in Bloomington, especially when they're constructing Interstate 69. Anyone who's driven that road knows that is a daily occurrence, would be taxing itself. But it's hard to say that any of this kind of solves some of the major issues that we face as a community. You know, I mentioned that it's in our bones to care for one another, but there's going to be conflicts that happen, right? There's going to be struggles. And there's one particular passage that we can turn from Scripture from, which is 1 Corinthians chapter 19. And actually, if we understand the context of that passage a little bit, it was written by St. It to Corinth. Corinth at that time was kind of like Indianapolis. It was like the crossroads of the ancient world. So you had a lot of people going about it, but like kind of mixed with like Las Vegas. You really had to be there. I've been, not then, but like, yeah. St. Paul writes in 1 Corinthians, because at that time the church in Corinth was having a lot of social upheaval. You had neighbors who really weren't getting along with each other. It was causing foundations to crack within the early Christian community there. And he writes that love is patient and love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, and it keeps no wrongs. Rather, it protects, it always trusts, it always hopes. And that's a message you guys should kind of hold with yourselves. When you go about the rest of your lives, being able to trust with each other is really the root function of marriage. There's also a second function, like that's more critical. Well, it's not more critical, but it's relatively critical. If we look around, there's quite a few people gathered here today. I mean, we've got two groups of friends, we've got two families, and through you two, and the work you guys have put in, and are about to put in even more, you've unified all these people around you. Two groups of friends, two families. That's pretty interesting. That's just pretty cool. But also there's a shared responsibility for this community as well. It's on us to be able to step up when relationship issues, when their relationship starts to struggle. We have the responsibility to lend our time, our muscle, and our resources to ease any difficulties. We have the more important responsibility of reminding you to be patient with each other when you guys are feeling short. We have the responsibility to hold you accountable to the vows that you're going to take today. Today, you two, and we, your friends and families, are about to embark on a journey that will spend the rest of our lives. In the presence of all those who love and support you, we do this. And that's really what marriage is about. People try to define it in all kinds of ways. It can really boil down that two people come together. They build one life together, and instead they end up building an entire community. That's what love's about. So, ready for the vows? Okay. So we're going to do this Dora the Explorer style. Where you can kind of repeat after me. All right? So, Nick, do you take Jackie to be your wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and health, to love and to cherish, from this day forward, into death do your part? Can you say, I do?
I do.
And Jackie, do you take Nick to be your husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, from this day forward, to death do you part?
I do. Oh, go for it.
Can you say I do?
I do.
Now, as I was reminded, I have to have the rings. Got a lot of pockets going on up here. All right, so I got the rings, okay? The rings are a universal symbol of marriage. They mean many things, and usually they're cast from precious metals. And I thought your ring was made from wood, and I forgot it was made out of metal. And I could have made a lot of jokes about precious metals and stuff, but I didn't do that. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. Anyways, from now on, you will wear these rings, and if you notice, they're circular. they're going to be kind of a lot like your love in your relationship. There's going to be no real beginning and end to it from this day forward. And sometimes they're going to remind you that that person that I really care about, it's like, oh, I better behave. And the other time, it's going to be like, man, things are getting tough, but that person that I really care about is at home and is waiting for me. So no matter where you go and how far you guys go apart, these rings should serve as a symbol of who is waiting for you. All right? So, back to the Dora Explorer style stuff. Please repeat after me. All right?
This one? I think you take that one. Yeah.
Bride, I give you this ring with all that I am and all that I ever will be. Wear it and know that I love you. With this ring, I marry you.
With this ring, I marry you.
Oh, I gave him the wrong one. Oh, sorry, you get this one. Yeah, now you.
We got it.
Okay, yeah. You got both of them? Okay, great. All right. And now, you say, with this ring,
With this ring,
with all that I am,
with all that I am,
and all that I ever will be,
and all that I ever will be,
wear it and know that I love you.
wear it and know that I love you.
With this ring, I marry you.
With this ring, I marry you. Look at that, you get to wear it now.
Now, just take a moment. Just see the gift that you each other are.
The greatest gift.
These are the hands of your best friend. Young and strong and full of love today. The path is new, the roads are green, everything seems bright and happy. And the hands that you're holding today, just from this wedding day, you promise to love for the rest of time. These are the hands that you will work alongside as you build your future. These are the hands that with countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow, tears of joy. These are the hands that will give you support and encouragement to chase down your dreams. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. These are the hands that will lift your chin and brush your cheeks as they raise your face to look into the eyes that are filled with overwhelming love for you. And lastly, these are hands that even when wrinkled, aged, the days start to get dark, they'll still be reaching out for you, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness, just with a touch.
I think you said I was going to be old. I'm pretty sure we're going to be young forever.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, you know what I mean? My bad.
Hey, you threw me off when you did the whole vow, so you didn't let me say anything.
Yeah. Wish I could stay young forever, I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, I'm marrying him.
Yeah. Life and love are the greatest gifts bestowed upon humanity. May your union grant you patience, tolerance, and understanding, as well as passion and excitement, which every marriage should possess. May you need one another, but not out of weakness. May you want another, but not out of lack. May you support one another as a sign of mutual independence. May you continually rediscover your love in one another as the greatest gift of all. It is now my great pleasure, by the authority invested by me, these people here, and partially by the state of Indiana in a convoluted way, I get to introduce you now to Mr. and Mrs. Young. You may now kiss the bride.
process